Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, The Legit Astrologer. My name is Rajat Kapoor. In this video, I'm going to talk about Venus making a transit in its debilitated sign of Virgo. This transit has already happened on 3rd of November and Venus is going to stay in the sign of Virgo till 29th of November 2023. Thankfully, it is a short transit because Venus gets debilitated in the sign of Virgo. So the less time Venus spends in the sign of Virgo, it is better for the overall humanity. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, hit the bell icon, share this video with your friends and keep yourself up to date with all the upcoming transit videos and Vedic astrology videos. If you wish to book a personalized consultation with me, you can check out the link to my website in the comment section and the process of reaching out to me. So Venus entered Virgo on November 3rd, 2023 and it will stay in the sign of Virgo till 29th of November. This Venus is debilitated. Moreover, Venus is also considered Maran Karaka in the natural 6th house of the zodiac pattern. Now before I talk about predictions for each ascendant sign or the moon sign, let's understand some important aspects of this transit. Venus is debilitated in the sign of Virgo. Moreover, Venus is also considered Maran Karaka in the 6th house, which means if Venus is placed in the 6th house of any person, it loses its significance. It is a dead state. This is the natural 2nd house lord and the natural 7th house lord because Venus rules the sign of Taurus and the sign of Libra. It is making a transit in the sign of Virgo, which is the natural 6th house of the Kalpurusha Kundali or the natural zodiac. This is the lord of family, wealth, protection, those people who you would like to protect, how and what you feed yourself, the ruler of your speech. Venus also governs interaction of all kinds, so it plays a vital role for us to influence each other. We cannot improve our communication without Venus. We cannot bring harmony without having a positive Venus. Therefore, this transit in general sense is not good for the whole world and the kind of situation that is ongoing. This is also the natural 7th house lord, the ruler of partnership, marriage, relationship, harmony, any kind of business, those people who are opposite to you, your outside world. It is making a transit in the 6th house of debts, diseases, competition. This is the house of daily routines. We also see Shadripu from the 6th house, the 6 enemies of the mind. I have spoken about this extensively in one of my previous videos you can refer to. 6th house also plays a very important role in the kind of job that we do. Venus is Jala Tattva. The sign of Virgo is Earth sign. This is a clear message that a watery planet like Venus comes in the earthy sign of Virgo. It is time to nurture yourself. Nurturing is essential for our growth and development. We nurture by learning from others, learning by ourselves and by our experiences. So this could be a potential time for us to increase our self-awareness and be conscious towards our own learning. This is where you can spend your energies in order to channelize your Venus accordingly. Venus, interestingly, is also making a Parivartana Yoga or an exchange with Mercury because Mercury is transiting in the sign of Libra. This Parivartana Yoga is only going to last for 2 days. This does not give any kind of relief to Venus for a long period of time because most of the time Venus is going to be in a not so good state. Moreover, Venus in this transit is between the axis of Rahu and Ketu. Venus is going to be conjoined with Ketu and in a mutual aspect with Rahu, which is the 7th aspect. Considering the situation that Venus is not in strength, it is under the affliction of the lunar nodes and Venus does not have any positive aspect or support during this time. How is the month of November looking based on this Venus's transit? Venus governs interaction, harmony of all kinds. Venus is also the significator of peace, love and affection. An afflicted Venus in the earth sign of Virgo would mean that there needs to be extra focus that people would need to put on their relationship in terms of harmony. We will see a division in the overall society. Different schools of thought would be divided and this could further increase the conflict. The month of November could further trigger violence and hatred, which means that there is limited possibility of any kind of peaceful solution in the ongoing war during the month of November. Hopefully when Venus moves out of the sign of Virgo and enters Libra, the month of December should bring in some peace conversations or a step towards a peaceful resolution in the ongoing conflict that is happening. One needs to be careful between 26th of November till 29th of November, or rather I would say one needs to be careful between mid of November till mid of December because this is a time when Venus will come in close proximity with Ketu. From 26th of November till 29th of November, Venus will be closely conjoined Ketu. They will move across the same degree, and as Venus changes its sign towards the end of November and moves through its own house of Libra, this is where we can expect certain relief. But 2 weeks before these dates and 2 weeks after these dates is something we all need to be careful of. This could further increase a human conflict, hatred towards each other, and intensifying the ongoing war that is happening. Ketu being conjoined with Venus is also giving a message that it is time to bring in a spiritual quotient in your relationship. The more you increase your spirituality in the month of November through yoga, sadhana, meditation, it will improve your relationship. It will improve and bring in a sense of harmony and bliss in your life. Otherwise, this could be a challenging time with regards to all the Venus related matters: abundance, harmony, luxury, love and relationships. All of this is likely to struggle in case you're not able to uplift yourself spiritually. During mid-November till mid-December, one also needs to be careful while traveling, particularly air related travel. Venus governs all the air travel in the world, so there might be, and I hope this turns out to be completely wrong, there could be an air travel related incident that could likely occur during this time. So please stay careful, avoid any kind of unnecessary travel during this time. Venus is currently making a transit in Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra, and it will stay in Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra till 11th of November. Uttara Phalguni is ruled by Sun. During this time, wherever the sign of Aries falls in your chart is likely to demonstrate some sort of positive results. And during this phase, Venus continues to put focus and striving towards happiness. But this will take some extra effort from all of us in order to reach a state of comfort and happiness because of the state Venus is going through. On 12th of November, Venus is going to enter Hasta Nakshatra and is going to stay in this nakshatra till 23rd of November. Hasta Nakshatra is ruled by Moon. During this time, wherever the sign of Taurus falls in your chart is likely to demonstrate some sort of positive results. And 24th of November, Venus is going to move through Chitra Nakshatra, which is ruled by Mars. During this time, wherever the sign of Capricorn falls in your chart is likely to demonstrate some sort of positive results. Venus, over the course of its transit, as it moves from Virgo through Libra, is going to put its focus on activating and putting focus on the 5th cycle, which is about love. It is all about future, progress, and matters related to children. So this could be very well in focus over the next few weeks. So you might want to plan your time and look at a progressive future. Try to work on strengthening your Venus during this time. Now let's talk about how Venus's transit is going to have an impact on all 12 ascendant signs or the moon signs. From a physical point of view, you can read this transit from your ascendant sign, and from a mental point of view, you can read this transit from your moon sign. Once again, who is likely to have the maximum impact? Venus is going to be transiting in the sign of Virgo. By its 7th aspect, Venus is going to be aspecting the sign of Pisces, which is the aspect of desire. Venus very clearly desires spirituality, the ability to give away, help others. Venus wants us to focus on getting a good night's sleep and have a balanced routine. Also, through our interaction and by the help of others, increase our self-consciousness. This is what Venus demands. This is what it desires. So one needs to be conscious in all these matters during this time. If you are going through a Mahadasha, Antardasha, Pratantardasha, where Venus is playing a role, Rahu is playing a role, Ketu is playing a role, or if you have planets in the sign of Virgo and Pisces that are playing a role in an ongoing Dasha, Antardasha, you are likely to be impacted by this transit. In case Sun, Moon or Mars are also playing a role in the Dasha, Antardasha, you are likely to be impacted by this transit. Venus is making a transit in the sign of Mercury, so in case Mercury is playing a role, you are also likely to be impacted by this transit. Let's talk about Aries ascendants. For Aries ascendants, Venus becomes the ruler of the 2nd house and the ruler of the 7th house, the ruler of your family, wealth, income, those people who you would like to protect, how you feed yourself, your speech, and also the 7th house ruler of harmony, relationships, partnership, marriage, those people who are opposite to you. This Venus is making a transit in the 6th house of daily routines, 6th house of competition, Shadripu, debts and diseases. We also see job from the 6th house. Venus is considered Maran Karaka in the 6th house, which means it loses its significance, unfortunately, in this house. It really struggles. One, it is debilitated. Second, it is Maran Karaka. This also means that with regards to second house matters and seventh house matters, you are likely to also get support. So that is on the brighter side, which means your partner is going to go out of the way to support you. Those people who you are in a business partnership, relationship, or your spouse. Also, your family is likely to be extremely supportive during this time. Your accumulated wealth or income might support you during this time, so it is a good time to focus on savings and try to leverage that to the best of your potential. Venus, from its 7th aspect, is aspecting your 12th house. That is its aspect of desire. Venus desires you to uplift your spiritual pursuit or the spiritual quotient. Focus a lot on helping others, those who are in need, giving away, also to increase your self-consciousness through Venus related matters. Venus is the significator of interaction of all kinds in this world. Through other people and coming in contact with them, you need to understand your strengths, your hidden talents, and how you can increase your overall self-consciousness. This should be the focus of the hour during this time. You must understand that this is not a very comfortable position for Venus, and you need to take it easy over the next few days. There could be certain changes with regards to job related matters or conflict at your workplace. That is something you need to be extremely careful of. Keep a low key over the next few months and look at it as a time that this shall pass. Focus on learning, upskilling, and taking up a course, trying to keep yourself busy in learning in day-to-day matters. So you need to fix your daily routine. You need to bring abundance, harmony in a conscious manner in your daily routine and what you do around the same time. Respect the women that are there in your life. As a remedy in your daily routine, you can also keep a white flower plant at your home. Take care of it, nurture it, because Venus is transiting in the earth sign. This could be a potential remedy for you during this time. Overall, I would say it is mixed transit. You need to be extremely cautious over the next 1 month or so. I wish you the very best. Let's now talk about Taurus ascendants. For Taurus ascendants, Venus is the Lagna Lord. It rules your ascendant, the ruler of Taurus, which means it rules your overall body, personality, your knowledge and intelligence, your immune system, and who you are, because your personality is your personal reality, and that is how you are to other people. Venus also rules the sign of Libra, which is your 6th house in the chart, which is the house of daily routines, debts and diseases, things that you do on a day-to-day basis. Venus also rules job, competition, and we also see intelligence from the 6th house. 6th house plays a very important role in growth related matters because it is an Upachaya house. That is why we see competition from the 6th house, and in order to grow, competition is needed. You need to surpass the competition to take a step ahead. Now this Venus is making a transit in your 5th house, 5th house of future, 5th house of planning. It is a progressive house. This is where the king sits. It holds authority in your chart. 5th lord for any ascendant is usually the most important planet of the chart. This house also represents children because it is connected to the future. It plays a very important role in prarabdha karma and manifesting those karmas for your future. You also see speculation, and at the same time we also see recognition from the 5th house. The message for this transit for you is that you need to put your focus in terms of your sources of income and try to fix your daily routine for your future related events and things. The matters related to children and anything related to your future is going to be a priority for this time. This is where you would need to bring harmony. This is where you would need to put all your energies and attention in place with regards to your future success. Now this transit could be beneficial for you in case you already have a strong Venus in your chart, or it would depend on your ongoing dasha antardasha during this time. From an aspect point of view, Venus is having a 7th aspect of desire to your 11th house. What does it desire? It desires you to put focus on expanding your wider social network and your interaction so that you can gain for your future. This could potentially be a favorable transit in spite of Venus being debilitated in this state, because this could support material comforts during this time. So if you are looking forward to having a kind of increment or a new position or something new at your workplace, this could be a potentially favorable time for job related matters and any changes with regards to your workplace that could further bring gains. Focus a lot on influencing others through your interaction and by having a pleasing or a pleasant personality. During this transit, the sign of Aries, which is your 12th house, the sign of Taurus, which is your ascendant, and the sign of Capricorn, which is the 9th house, are likely to experience some sort of positive results during this transit. So it is good from a dharmic point of view. It is good to develop your overall personality and have a thinking for your future. Sit down, jot down your goals and think through about the things you want to achieve in life over the next few months. As a remedy, you should worship Lakshmi, Shakti, Durga or any female deity during this time for your own good and chant mantras related to any of the Devis. This could be potentially favorable for you and helps in giving some strength to Venus during this time. Overall, I would say it is a good transit and I wish you the very best. Let's now talk about Gemini ascendants. For Gemini ascendant, Venus becomes an important planet because it is the only Yogakaraka planet. For Geminis, Venus rules the 5th house and the 12th house. Venus is the ruler of future. 5th lord is one of the most important lords for any ascendant. This is the ruler of mantra. This is the ruler of future, progress, children, speculation, creativity, and having a positional rise or a positional success in life. Venus plays a very important role. Venus also rules the 12th house of spirituality, of helping others, giving others, and to increase your self-consciousness. This is the outside world. Venus also is supportive in foreign related matters and signifies foreign lands for Gemini ascendants. And at the same time, Venus is also the significator of isolation. Now, if you look at it in a positive manner, this is very much linked to spirituality and meditation. So if you increase some of these practices, your Venus is strengthened. This Venus is making a transit in the 4th house in the sign of Virgo. Venus, in spite of being debilitated in this house, it gains directional strength because Venus is considered Digbali in the 4th house, which means there are blessings of the Digpala Devata during this time. Venus is making a transit in the 4th house of comfort, happiness, public. This is where you look forward to support from the wider public or people in the society. This house also represents mother, real estate, having fixed assets, and at the same time your environment at home and where you feel comfortable and protected. Venus, by its 7th aspect of desire, is aspecting your 10th house. Venus desires workplace interaction and workplace influence during this time, regardless of whether you are in a job or you have a business or you're looking forward to making a move or you're starting something new. This could be potentially a favorable time in order to create your visibility in terms of anything that you do from a work related point of view. Make use of social network, interact with people, influence people. You might be in a position to increase your influence in the outer world, particularly at your workplace. Some sort of recognition is likely to be there in case you're going through a favorable dasha or an antardasha. This is an opportunity transit for you to show your presence at your workplace. So make sure that you communicate, make sure that you interact with other people. There might also be some sort of support with the opposite sex at workplace. So make sure that you make good use of these relationships and association that you have with your colleagues. During this transit, your 11th house, which is the sign of Aries, your 12th house, the sign of Taurus, and your 8th house, the sign of Capricorn, is likely to demonstrate some sort of positive results. So there are gains and there could be some expenses as well. And at the same time, this could be a potentially favorable time to learn hidden things or subjects that could be favorable for you. Increase your awareness towards Jyotish sciences, astrology, and other occult sciences, or those subjects which are hidden in nature. Try to spend time in research. As a remedy, it could be a potentially favorable time for you to have a white flower plant at your home, inside your home. Take care of the women that are at your home. This could be your mother, spouse, daughter. So make sure that you pay extra attention and give them all your due time and have a balanced routine. Also, worshipping Lakshmi and reading Sri Suktam could be extremely beneficial during this time. Overall, I would say it is a positive transit and I wish you the very best. Let's now talk about Cancer ascendants. For Cancer ascendants, Venus becomes the ruler of the 11th house and the ruler of the 4th house, as Venus rules the sign of Taurus and Libra. This Venus is making a transit in the 3rd house for Cancer ascendants. Venus rules all kinds of gains, outside world and your social network, including your friends, and controller of all the material comforts and things in your life. Venus also rules the 4th house, which is the house of comfort, satisfaction, your home, homeland, mother, the places where you feel protected, and those things that make you feel happy and that make you feel content. This Venus is making a transit in your 3rd house of change, communication, the efforts that you put on a day-to-day basis. 3rd is an Upachaya house. It plays a very important role in growth of individuals. This is the first stepping stone towards growth and change. The message is clear. It is growth towards your gains. It is growth towards your satisfaction and your comfort. This is something that you would strive in this transit and try to make the most of it in spite of Venus having a debilitated transit during this time. The key is, in case you have a strong Moon in your chart, which is your Lagna Lord, in case Moon is making a connection with the Ascendant or aspecting the Ascendant or well placed in the chart, this transit could be extremely favorable for you. Otherwise, it could bring some challenges with regards to uncomfortable change or a transition during this time. The other message for this transit is that you need to bring a lot of politeness and poise in your communication. The way you interact with others, the way you deal with other people, that needs to be taken into account. You also need to be receptive towards change. Change will eventually make you successful. Condition if you accept that change during this time. It will make you grow. During this transit, your 10th house, which is a sign of Aries, your 11th house, which is a sign of Taurus, and your 7th house, which is a sign of Capricorn, is likely to demonstrate some sort of positive results. So from a partnership point of view, business point of view, this could have some progress towards the end of the transit. But at the same time, if you're looking forward to workplace success and any kind of gains and recognition, the first 2 weeks of this transit looks favorable. One thing that you need to be mindful during this transit is that Venus in the 3rd house can make a person greedy towards a number of things and also increase the lust quotient in an individual. That is something you need to be careful of. This is a part of the Kama Trikona, which is the house of desire, 3, 7 and 11. So as long as you control your desire and channelize your desire in the right direction, you could have a good transit. Otherwise, this could be extremely challenging for you. Overall, I would say it is a mixed transit. Considering if you take care of your desire, this could be a favorable transit for you. I wish you the very best. Let's now talk about Leo ascendants. For Leo ascendants, Venus becomes the ruler of the 3rd house, the house of Libra. Venus rules Libra, and also the ruler of the 10th house, that is the sign of Taurus. Venus for Libra ascendants rules the house of change, your communication, efforts that you put on a day-to-day basis, and things that you do in order to achieve growth. That is the kind of role 3rd Lord plays in the chart. Venus also rules the 10th house, which is your actions in the society. Considering that, it is an important planet for Leo ascendants because Venus plays a very important role in work-related matters. Anything that you do in order to have a living. It could be your job, your business, or the kind of work or jobs that you do on a day-to-day basis. 10th is also the most important Kendra house. So Venus plays a very important role in success for Leo ascendants. This Venus is making a transit in the 2nd house of family, your accumulated wealth or income, those people who you would like to protect. This is the need of the hour, and Venus is in a debilitated state. So you need to look at how Mercury is placed in your chart. Mercury is making a connection in your natal chart with Venus. This transit could be favorable for you. Otherwise, this could have some challenges as far as wealth related matters are concerned or matters related to your family that would be of priority. The other important message for this transit is in order to become successful at your workplace, you need to be careful of your speech. Watch what you say while you interact with others. Try to have a low key and do not get involved in unnecessary conflicts or arguments during this time. Try to stay away from any kind of political discussions that are happening at your workplace and only focus on the tasks that you have for the next few weeks at least. Venus by its 7th aspect is making an aspect to your 8th house. Venus desires transformation, change, because Venus also rules the house of change in your chart. So you need to be change ready and have no resistance towards the change. Your transformation is in your hands. That is mostly the workplace transformation. This time period could also bring in any opportunities for inheritance in case you're looking for it, or help you to have a secondary source of income as far as your work is concerned. So this could also be the focus of the hour. Also think about making some safe investments as far as increasing your accumulated wealth is concerned, or putting focus on your savings. During this transit, your 9th house, the sign of Aries, 10th house, the sign of Taurus, and your 6th house, the sign of Capricorn, is likely to demonstrate some sort of positive results, which means from a fortune perspective, any kind of long distance journey within the first week or so could be favorable. There is some support that you might get at your workplace, and the kind of job that you do on a day-to-day basis, that is something which you might want to focus in the last phase of this transit towards the end of November. Overall, I would say it is a positive transit condition if you consciously focus on your speech during this time. That is the only remedy for you. I wish you the very best. Let's now talk about Virgo Ascendants. For Virgo Ascendants, Venus becomes the ruler of the 2nd house and the 9th house. Venus rules family, your speech, accumulated wealth, your sources of income, how you feed yourself, those people who you would like to protect. This is what 2nd house signifies. And the ruler of your 9th house, it is your Bhagyesha, the ruler of fortune or Bhagya, religion, dharma, long distance travel, higher education. 9th house is the most important trinal house in the chart. Therefore, Venus holds great importance for Virgo ascendants. This Venus is making a transit in your ascendant itself, your 1st house, your overall personality, your knowledge and how you are, your focus on your overall immunity and how your personality reflects to the outside world. This could be the focus of the hour. Your 9th lord coming in the ascendant is a yoga in transit. However, this Venus is debilitated during this time. You need support of your Lagna Lord Mercury during this transit. In case you have a favorable Mercury, or if it is anyway connected to your natal Venus in your chart, this could be a favorable transit for you. The message is clear that you need to bring higher learning and dharma in the path of righteousness in your overall personality. This should be the focus of the hour for you over the next few weeks. Also at the same time, this is a Dhan Yoga in transit. You need to focus a lot on having an additional source of income and try to put more focus on increasing your savings during this time. This could really support you in your future endeavors. Venus by its 7th aspect is aspecting your 7th house. It desires you to fix your relationship, bring more harmony and be supportive towards your partner. This could be your spouse or even your business partner, and also a potentially favorable time in taking important decisions related to your own business. And if you were to get support of people who are opposite to you, let's say at your workplace or in life, this could be a potentially favorable time for you. Venus, when transits through the ascendant, one needs to take care of themselves. The only remedy that I have for you is be presentable. The way you carry yourself is really going to define whether this transit is going to be successful for you or not. Be very conscious in the kind of clothes that you wear, how you carry yourself and how you present yourself towards other people, because this is an opportunity that Venus gives you once every year when it makes a transit in your ascendant. And the other supporting factor is those people who are opposite to you or the opposite sex. Those could be favorable for you in terms of your life and for your overall well-being. So make sure if you're a male, you will be supported by the female. If you're a female, you'll be supported by a male. Now, during this transit, your 8th house, 9th house and the 5th house are likely to demonstrate positive results. From a transformational perspective, it should be good for your future if you change yourself. If you not stay resistant towards this change, you can have some sort of progress towards the later part of this transit. Overall, I would say it is a positive transit and I wish you the very best. Let's now talk about Libra ascendants. For Libra ascendants, Venus is your Lagna Lord. It rules your ascendant. It also rules your 8th house, the sign of Taurus. The ruler of yourself, the overall personality, your immune system and how you are towards the outside world. Venus plays a very important role in your knowledge and intelligence, because this is also primarily seen from the 1st house. This is where the brain is, and the ruler of house of sudden changes, sudden ups and downs, transformation, longevity, hidden knowledge and all the occult sciences in the world are seen from the 8th house. This is also the house that represents across the sea and those people who are from different cultures, different background, or those people who speak different languages. This Venus is making a transit in your 12th house. 12th house of higher self-consciousness, 12th house of expenditure and losses, the ability to give others, help others, make donations. This is also the house of isolation or isolated places. This house also represents foreign lands and plays a very important role in bed comforts. This could also be linked to your sleep. In terms of getting a good night's sleep, 12th house and its lord plays a very important role. Now, Venus is one of those planets which is considered good while it's making move in the 12th house. In spite of being debilitated in the sign of Virgo, is getting Nicha Bhanga in the 12th house. The key message for this transit is that the Lagna Lord is making a transit in the 12th house. This is an optimum time to increase your own self-consciousness, your spiritual quotient that could further develop your personality, that could make you a strong person as far as your mental strength is concerned. This is the focus of the hour. And at the same time, if you help others, if you give to those who are in need, you will gain for your own self. This is also your 8th lord making a transit in the 12th house, which is causing a Viparita Yoga in transit, which means there is rise, however, after a considerable struggle or a fall. Thankfully, this is a short window for Venus's transit, but be prepared for certain changes or any sort of fall that you might have over the next few days, but eventually you will rise to become a better person. This Venus could also support you in order to getting a good night's sleep. So this would be the focus of the hour for you, and a good remedy during this time is to focus on your sleep and have at least 8 hours of sleep every day. Venus, by its 7th aspect of desire, is aspecting your 6th house. Venus desires and wants you to fix your daily routine and things that you do on a day-to-day basis and try to be successful in competitive activities in order to perform well in the kind of job that you're doing. And at the same time, if you're looking forward to new opportunities as far as a job is concerned, this could be a potentially favorable time. You might struggle again in the initial phases, but if you continue to put efforts, you're likely to be successful in getting a new job or making a job change during this time, as it is a supportive transit in these matters. Now, on contrary, Venus is certainly going to bring in challenges as well and a sense of uncertainty in your overall personality and the way you think. So that is something which you need to take easy during the first few weeks of this transit and wait for it to move to your ascendant so that it further refines and puts focus back in enhancing your personality. During this transit, your 7th house with the sign of Aries, 8th house, and also your 4th house is likely to demonstrate some sort of positive results. It is the best time for spiritual pursuits and practices because your 4th, 8th and 12th is pretty much active during this time, which is the moksha trine. Increase your spiritual awareness, read spiritual books, practice yoga or any form of meditation. This could be extremely beneficial for you during this time. You do not need any other remedy. Overall, I would say it is a mixed transit, but at the same time, if you focus on your spiritual pursuits, you can have a successful transit of Venus in your 12th house. I wish you the very best. Let's now talk about Scorpio ascendants. For Scorpio ascendants, Venus becomes the ruler of the 7th house and the 12th house. Venus rules harmony, marriage, relationship, partnership in your chart. Venus is also responsible for any type of business that you do. Those people who are opposite to you, your outside world. Venus also rules your 12th house of losses, expenditure, your higher self-consciousness. It is a very important house. So Venus for Scorpio ascendants plays a very important role in terms of building connections with people from the outside world or those who are opposite to you. 7th Lord is about those people who are opposite to you. 12th Lord is about foreigners or people in foreign lands. And Venus is making a transit in the 11th house of gains, your wider social network, the ability to influence others, your friends and all the material comforts in life. Any planet that is making a transit in the 11th house, considering if it is not under any affliction or weak in the chart, it is likely to give a favorable transit to individuals because planets generally do well in the 11th house from a material perspective. So this Venus is likely to work in favor with regards to marriage, partnership and harmony related matters. It is likely to make you have gains in this matter, and also with regards to your business. Any project that you're working or a new assignment, you might be able to see some success or recognition as far as your business is concerned. You are also likely to have support from foreigners or people from foreign lands. In case you work in a multinational setup, this is an extremely favorable time, but you need to influence others. You need to use your interactive skills and your communication and leverage that in the kind of work that you do, and consciously ensure that you have a kind of aura that you need to leverage during this time. Your personality should reflect and be conscious about it. The way you present yourself towards other people, those who are opposite to you, will matter a lot in order to determine whether you are able to influence and gain from those people. Venus from the 11th house is going to be aspecting by its 7th aspect of desire to your 5th house. Venus desires future planning, goal setting, focus on your children, and all decisions related to your progress during this transit. This should be the focus of the hour. From a recognition point of view, gains point of view, this is quite a positive transit, but make sure that your relationship does not suffer during this time, and you would need to have a balanced approach in order to ensure that you have a comfortable and a balanced life. Focus a lot in your relationship as you focus in your workplace or business related matters. You also need to stay away from lethargy, because Venus rules the house of sleep. In case you have a habit of sleeping in the day, you might need to change it. Rise early during this transit. This could be potentially favorable for you, because this is how you will be able to strengthen your sun or Surya that will support in workplace related matters. During this transit, your 6th house, the sign of Aries, 7th house, the sign of Taurus, and also your 3rd house, the sign of Capricorn, are likely to demonstrate some sort of positive results. So from a desire perspective, it looks like the need of the hour and something that you might want to control during this time. Change is definitely coming. It is inevitable and it is good for you. So make sure you accept this change. Overall, I would say it is a positive transit and I wish you the very best. Let's now talk about Sagittarius ascendants. For Sagittarius ascendants, Venus becomes the ruler of the 6th house and the 11th house. For all the Jupiter ruled signs, Venus is not the best graha. It is a potent malefic in a natural manner, because here Venus is the 6th lord and the 11th lord. So it rules enemies of all kinds, because that is what 6th and 11th both houses represents. This is the ruler of your daily routine, competition, things that you do on a day-to-day basis, your job. We also see intelligence from the 6th house. We also see growth from the 6th house. And at the same time, we also see Shad Ripu from the 6th house, such as greed, lust, anger, oppression, and all these negative aspects from the 6th house. 11th house is the house of gains, is the house of wider social network, your friends, your material life and material comfort. 11th house and its lord plays a very important role in wealth related matters, because if there is wealth, you get material comforts and gains. This Venus is making a transit in your 10th house. 10th house of your actions in the society, success at workplace, and things that you do for a living, your overall profession, job. 10th house and its lord plays a very important role, and this is the house where Venus is making a transit. Venus, by its 7th aspect of desire, is aspecting your 4th house. Venus desires you to do things that make you feel content, that make you feel happy, and take it easy during this time, because this could potentially bring in some workplace related challenges during this time. So you need to have a low key and a low profile in terms of your workplace. Avoid any unnecessary politics, arguments, or important decisions if you were to take. If that could be put on hold during this time, it is better for you, because also understand that Venus gains directional strength in the 4th house. 10th house is opposite to the 4th house, where Venus has 0 direction, and at the same time it is debilitated. It is not in a good state. So from a work related standpoint, it is not the optimum time to make any kind of decisions or a new or a fresh start. In case you have a strong Jupiter in your chart, which is your Lagna Lord, you can have some support, some relief during this transit. One of the remedies for you would be to respect women at your workplace, or respect all your female colleagues regardless of your gender. That is how you can be supportive at your workplace. Reach out to your female colleagues in order to get feedback and their support. Be ready and prepared for all kinds of competition and politics at workplace during this time. This is something which you would need to manage in a diplomatic manner and have a low key. Again, I'd like to repeat, maintain that for your own good. During this transit, your 5th house, 6th house and the 2nd house is likely to demonstrate positive results, because this is where the sign of Aries, Taurus and Capricorn is. Now, from a growth point of view, from a wealth point of view, it looks positive towards the later part of the transit, considering that you maintain a low profile and you take it easy in the first few days. Overall, I would say it is a mixed transit and I wish you the very best. Let's now talk about Capricorn Ascendants. For Capricorn Ascendants, Venus is a Yoga Karaka planet, one of the most important planets, because it rules one trinal house and a Kendra house. Venus is your 5th lord. It rules the sign of Taurus and it also rules the sign of Libra, which is your 10th house. That makes Venus a very important planet for all Capricorn Ascendants. This is the ruler of your future, the house of progress, your creativity, speculation and all kinds of speculative gains. Children, all decisions related to your future and prarabdha, the good deeds that you've done in the past and how it is going to be manifested for your future, is decided by Venus. Venus also rules your action in the society, work, the kind of job or your profession that you have or what you do for your living. This Venus is making a transit in your 9th house of Virgo. Venus is debilitated during this transit. However, it being a Yoga Karaka planet for you and making a transit in the 9th house is creating a yoga during this transit. Condition if you have a well-placed Saturn in your chart, Mercury in your chart, or if your natal Venus is well placed in a good dignity, this could be an extremely favorable transit for you. In the initial phase of the transit, any long distance journey related to work or decisions related to your future could bring some sort of success. There's also a time to focus on your higher learning that could make you further successful at your workplace, because fortune is going to favor you during this time in terms of work related matters and any sort of recognition that is linked to your workplace. This is a potentially favorable time for you to gain that recognition. Venus, by its 7th aspect of desire, is aspecting your 3rd house, which is the house of change, learning, communication, and the kind of efforts that you put. It plays a very important role in growth. This is what Venus desires. It desires you to grow through your communication and the ability to change yourself. You would need a mentor during this time, a Guru Upadesha, someone you could look up to who can guide you in the right direction and help you make good decisions as far as your work is concerned during this time, because it is quite a progressive time. You would also need to spend time in fixing your dharma or the path of righteousness. This could be the focus of the hour. In case you want to increase your fortune, you need to be protective towards your own dharma and do not deviate from your path. Spread awareness in terms of your belief and also try to connect with the Almighty or the gods that you believe in. During this transit, your 4th house sign of Aries, 5th house sign of Taurus, and your ascendant is likely to demonstrate some sort of positive results. So from a dharma perspective, it is quite an optimum time for you to follow and stick to the path of righteousness. Make right decisions, follow the right steps. Do not deviate from this path or do not think of taking any shortcuts to success. There is only knowledge and higher learning that will make you successful during this time. Make use of that. Overall, I would say it is a positive transit and I wish you the very best. Let's now talk about Aquarius Ascendants. For Aquarius Ascendants, Venus becomes the ruler of the 4th house and the 9th house. Venus is again a Yoga Karaka planet for Aquarius Ascendants because it rules a Kendra and it rules a Trikona house. Venus is the ruler of your comfort, your satisfaction, mother, homeland, support from the wider public, those things that make you feel happy, that make you feel content. And Venus also rules your 9th house of Dharma, fortune, father or father figure, long distance journeys or any sort of travel, your higher learning. Venus plays a very important role in your learning, knowledge and overall development in life. Now this Venus is making a transit in the 8th house of transformation, sudden changes or ups and downs. This is also the house of uncertainty. We also see longevity from the 8th house. Venus is one of those grahas that does well in the 8th house because Venus is the graha that attained the knowledge of Mrit Sanjeevani by the grace of Lord Shiva. From a transit perspective, this also indicates some sort of loss of bhagya or fortune, and that is going to be in your hands. You would need extra efforts and not be dependent on luck or your fortune. You would need to put more efforts and bring in change, which could be positive for you. This is a transformational transit when it comes to your overall health, wellness, satisfaction, and also your higher learning. That is something you would need to do in order to transform yourself. Venus from the 8th house is aspecting your 2nd house by its 7th aspect of desire. Venus desires you to put your focus on family, your accumulated wealth, income and savings. Try to create an additional source of income, or if you were to start working, this could be a potentially favorable time to get you some income to support yourself. Venus elevates transformation of all kinds when it is in the 8th house. This could also be a potentially favorable time to learn occult sciences, hidden subjects, and doing research of all kinds in order to uncover some hidden facts of the world, or read scriptures in order to understand the divine knowledge that has been in existence for thousands of years, and this is a potentially favorable time to increase your quotient in this knowledge. I would also say that avoid any unnecessary travel during this time, and from a remedy perspective, worship a female deity. It could be Shakti, Durga, Lakshmi. That could be extremely favorable during this time and might give you some sense of relief. Also, increase your spiritual quotient. Yoga, sadhana, or meditation could be extremely favorable because it will bring mental peace during this time, which will help you make better decisions for your own learning and growth. During this transit, your 3rd house, the sign of Aries, 4th house, the sign of Taurus, and the 12th house, the sign of Capricorn, is likely to demonstrate some sort of positive results. So this is an excellent time for spiritual pursuits because 4, 8, and 12 is pretty much active. In order to avoid any unnecessary change or get stuck in a situation, focus on meditation, dhyana. That would be extremely beneficial for you. Overall, I would say it is a mixed transit, but a good and a favorable transit from a spiritual point of view. I wish you the very best. Let's now talk about Pisces ascendants. For Pisces ascendants, Venus becomes the ruler of the 3rd house and the 8th house. I have mentioned it previously as well. For Jupiter ruled ascendants, Venus is not a good planet because for Pisces, it rules the house of change, efforts, communication, younger siblings. This is also the house of growth. We also see lust of all kinds from the 3rd house. Venus also is the 8th lord of transformation, longevity, sudden ups and downs, fall and rise in life, hidden knowledge, secret things, mysticism, the occult sciences. Jyotish is also seen from the 8th house. 8th house also rules the unknown things in life. This Venus is making a transit in your 7th house in a debilitated state in the sign of Virgo. 7th house of marriage, partnership, relationship, harmony, those people who are opposite to you, your outside world. Now, at a general sense, Venus, in spite of being debilitated, is considered the significator or karaka of 7th house and all matters related to the 7th house. So, in spite of being debilitated, it's a comfortable position for Venus. So, I would say not that bad of a transit, even considering Venus as not so good graha for you. This could bring some sort of progress in relationship matters, harmony. This will make you consciously focus on your relationship matters. If you're looking forward to getting married or finding a relationship or a potential match, this could be a potentially favorable time. If you're already married, this could focus a lot in terms of bringing harmony in your marital life. This can also be a potentially favorable time to make new decisions with regards to your business, and any efforts that you make with regards to your business are likely to give you some sort of success, because Venus by its 7th aspect is aspecting your 1st house, your ascendant. It desires change, it desires transformation in your overall personality. So make sure that you're presentable towards the outside world. When you go on meetings, any business conversations, you need to be extremely careful and focused on your overall presentation, because that will reflect your personality and who you are towards other people and help you get some buy-ins from the people that you interact with during this time. Your 8th lord in the 7th house indicates that your partner is going to play a very important role in your overall transformation. So make sure you take their support in your transformational journey. You involve them in any discussions and important decisions that you were to make during this transit in order to ensure that you make the right decisions. During this transit, your 2nd house, the sign of Aries, 3rd house, the sign of Taurus, and 11th house, the sign of Capricorn, are likely to demonstrate some sort of positive results. There would be a lot of desires during this transit, so you need to take control of these desires, channelize these desires in a positive direction for your own good. Focus a lot on relationship building. Put your focus on gaining trust of other people, and you can only gain trust by your credibility. So this is your opportunity during this transit. In spite of Venus being debilitated, I would say it is a positive transit, and I wish you the very best. So this was about Venus's less than a month long debilitated transit in the sign of Virgo and how it is going to impact all 12 ascendants. Once again, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, share this video with your friends, and I hope Venus's debilitated transit puts our focus back in harmony, relationship, and may peace prevail in this world over the next couple of months, because that is the need of the hour. We're not heading in the right direction. Thank you very much. God bless you all.